Yes guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. We are back and this is the Premier League Gazette as always on a Monday. As you can see, not in the coffee shop today. I had to get a coffee and get the papers at home as I have got a busy day ahead, but nevertheless we do have the same old back pages to go through. Player ratings, transfer rumours, news headlines, all that good stuff we will be getting stuck into any moment now. But first off, make sure you're subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, and of course joining AdamMcKola TV. We have daily content here on this channel. Every single day we have something new for you, twice daily sometimes, and plenty of match day content as well around everything Manchester United are doing for the remainder of this season. So if you want to keep it locked, hit that red subscribe button and keep it locked to AdamMcKola TV. But right now, like I said, little coffee, few back pages, see just what's going on and find out how the world is reacting to that weekend of football. Obviously the FA Cup, we're now down to the semi-final stage. Manchester United are in there and it's a ram-packed semi-final stage with City, Chelsea and Arsenal also in there. United and City have been kept apart, with United getting Chelsea and Arsenal getting City. So you could have an all-London or an all-Manchester final in the FA Cup, or potentially, just like the semi-finals, a mixed London versus Manchester final as well. But let's get stuck into these back pages. Like I said, we've got that news and the reactions to all those games from yesterday. Europe, the only way is Cup for Gunners, who got a 2-1 victory against Sheffield United to get their spot in the semi-finals. And they feel like the FA Cup is their only way into Europe now. They can't even get Europa through the league, which is like, what the hell? You know what I mean? When you're thinking about Arsenal, you'd expect them to be getting Europa League football, or at least European football, through the league positions, and they're struggling and they're scrambling and they're a mid-table side right now. And I've got to say, they don't look great under Arteta. Maybe it's a slow work in progress. Maybe they'll get there eventually, but they don't look great under Arteta. They did get a result there though yesterday against Sheffield United. Sheffield United will be ruining their missed chances, and Dean Henderson will be ruining as well that goal, because many people have been saying he should be United's #1 goalkeeper, and you look at that opportunity, he should have been keeping that out and he didn't. And this is Lamp, Stanks, super subs. Frank Lampard claimed he could have substituted most of his team at half-time after they got lucky in the FA Cup. The Chelsea boss took off Mason Mount, Billy Gilmour and Reece James before one of the substitutes, Ross Barkley, put Chelsea ahead. Now we've got Chelsea next, so I've got to be careful what I say here, but I'm just not impressed with Frank Lampard and Jody Morris and Chelsea. I seriously don't know how they're still ahead of us in the league. Obviously we've got them in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. We've beaten Frank Lampard's Chelsea a fair few times under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and that gives us confidence going into this game. But you know, could you imagine us beating them 4 times in a season? It'd be pretty incredible. And it kind of makes me feel the law of averages says Chelsea will probably win one of these games eventually. Fingers crossed it's not that game at the Wembley Stadium for the FA Cup semi-final, because if it was, we'd be absolutely all gutted with that. And getting to an FA Cup final could be just what Manchester United need to be able to win a trophy under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Imagine Ole Gunnar Solskjaer lifting a trophy for Manchester United as manager. Oh, it would be an absolute dream. Imagine that. Even if it was just one trophy, an Intertoto Cup, a Europa League, it'd just be a dream. I think Ole would cry, and I would cry too. There's also a bit there on De Bruyne and City, dreaming of a City and a United showdown in the FA Cup final. But then we do, although I'm not sure why they'd be dreaming of that, considering we've beaten them a fair few times this season. But the big story on the back page here is thick and mixed about Watford here. And Watford stars may miss the rest of the season after breaking lockdown rules with birthday party at home of Gray and his pop star fiancée. Nigel Pearson will today resume struggling Watford's inquest into striker Andre Gray's lockdown birthday party. The furious Hornets boss refused to say whether 18 million forward Gray, Chalobah and young prospect Domingos Quina must self-isolate after all 3 were axed from the squad for the 3-1 defeat by Southampton. If Watford have to self-isolate, then surely Liverpool have to self-isolate, and if that's the case, then let's take the league off them, because, you know, in fairness and all that, if we're going to have to void games because of them. Watford obviously not good news for them. Bad result for them as well in the league against Southampton. Could be going down. They go down, you've absolutely had it. It'll be very difficult for them to come back up. I know they've been like a yo-yo club and all that, but they'd find it very hard to come back up. It could mean we get Troy Deeney on a cheap, like I've been hoping for though. Oh, here's that quack again. Reds will never walk alone with Klopp dynasty. What does that even... You don't even know what that means. You've just tried to make a sexy title and it's absolutely awful. We'll never walk alone with Klopp's... Fuck off. Fuck off. Frank, your lucky stars. Barclays, Chelsea's FA Cup magic. God, I hate Ross Barkley. How overrated can one man get? I'm proper moody this morning, and I Gunners steal it. Dean Henderson, huge mistake. Those that are saying that he needs to be brought back into Manchester United and quickly need to be careful what they wish for. Let's just relax a little bit. Give him time. I'm not saying he can't be the Man United player in the future, but let's relax and let's give him time. And inside the pull-out in the middle, they've got a big one on Odion, seeing the bigger picture. Lone striker is dreaming of a big Hollywood finish with United rather than returning to the obscurity of China. And the word on the street is that Odion Ighalo doesn't even want to go back to China when his loan deal is up. That's another goal for him now as well. He's absolutely on fire. I wonder if we will or end up getting him on a permanent transfer. But there's a bit here on Shanghai and Mighty Ighalo. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is delighted that Odion Ighalo has justified his loan being extended. The Man United striker scored against Norwich and has 5 goals in 4 starts since joining from Shanghai Shenhua. Keeping Ighalo was important for me and we worked hard to do it. I think Odion knows how much we value him in and around the dressing room and of course on the pitch, and it was a fantastic goal for him. He got the man of the match for Manchester United, and you're looking at the player ratings here. Romero 6, Delot 6, Bailly 6, Maguire 8, Shaw 7. What? Fred 6, McTominay 6, Mattas 6, Fernandez 7. Lingard 6, Ighalo 9. Very similar to my ratings to be fair, but there's a few in there that I'm not quite sure what the dealio is with them. But that's that newspaper done for now. We move on to this one, which is the Express. And on the back pages again, you've got Arsenal, you've got Chelsea, you've got City in the FA Cup. And then you've got that story again on Party Till You Drop. Trio axed over Bash as Watford sink deeper. Look, I know I've said it, and I've said it tongue in cheek, but if we're going to be closing down parties, then Premier League, Liverpool champions, whatever they are, their party should have been closed down. No, not one rule for fucking Grey and one rule for Liverpool. None of that stuff. Lock down the party. You know what I'm actually happy about here? I thought it would be absolutely mental when Liverpool won the league. Every single page had a picture of them. You know, I know they haven't lifted the trophy yet, but it's not actually that bad at the moment. And I think we all just seen the raw knobheads setting fire to their own city, burning the Liver building, fireworks at each other. Someone got stabbed at a trophy parade. Never seen that before. Like, you know, maybe it's not going to be as bad as we expected, and maybe they'll just destroy each other from inside. Oh God. Leeds is says Dorigo, and Leeds obviously getting a massive 3-0 victory over Fulham on the weekend, which puts them closer to going up. I think it's an 8-point difference with 7 games to be played. That is that newspaper. Not a lot going on today, as we've seen. And then we come to the Times, and I don't know why I buy this one. This might be the last time I ever buy this one, because I bought it a few times now. Look, you got to take it apart. Let's do that first. Anybody see Sacha Baron Cohen, by the way? What an absolute fucking legend. And you just look at the back. No virus cover for Wimbledon. So if you want to take part in Wimbledon this year, you will not be insured. That's a bit of a madness. But Wimbledon will be weird with behind closed doors. I've been to a Wimbledon tournament before. It was really good atmosphere and event and stuff like that. So, bro, there's literally no football on the back page. What is going on here? What is going on here, man? No football on the back page. I paid how much? That's the last time I ever buy that shit. I'll just come back with 2 newspapers next time. Alright, we got some football out of there. Shock treatment. It's got Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley is trash, man. How is he still making a living? The geezer is trash. Newcastle 0, City 2. Some of the chances Newcastle missed at 1-0 was abysmal. Yeah, there's just not going on. There's not a lot going on in here. They've got a bit on United. Special ops Matic does Solskjaer's dirty work, and it was time to get the forwards on. Get Nemanja playing centre back, and we only needed one centre back. Thought Nemanja Matic has been very good since his return, and just showing his experience and his knowledge and his wisdom, being able to sit there. Those are the kind of things you need Fred and McTominay to be able to pick up. And we need to keep Matic fit, keep him wrapped in cotton wool, and make sure he's available for the biggest games of the season, because he's a player that we do need. And I never imagined saying that at one point in this season. I thought he was absolutely done. Guys, that has been it for going through the back pages. Watford have looked like they're going to have to go on lockdown again, quarantine themselves, self-isolate after a little party. But if Watford players have to self-isolate after a party, what does that say for Liverpool players? And if they've all got to self-isolate and their games can't be played, then what does that say for their title? Maybe they have to go back to 18. Or maybe it's wishful thinking. Let us know what you thought about the FA Cup semi-final draw as well. United against Chelsea, Arsenal against City. Who do you see going through to the final? I fancy a Manchester derby in the final, but just beating Chelsea so much makes me think law of averages, they're going to win this one. And that one worries me. But apart from that, it's been a pretty good weekend. Get your thoughts in. Should United sign Igalo on a permanent? What did you make of all we've discussed today? Albeit not a lot, because it's quite dead, which I'm happy with, because by looking at the papers today, you wouldn't realise Liverpool are Premier League champions. And I suppose that's a positive. Guys, get in the comments, let us know what you're thinking. Like, comment, share and subscribe. And for now, I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.